Why is it that some guitar players are constantly learning new things, but they still feel like they're not improving that fast, while others practice a fraction of the time because they turbocharge their learning using this mindset? Before we get to it, we need to understand the CAGE system and how to use it. So what is the CAGE system? It's actually quite simple. It's just an acronym for these open chords C, A, G, E, and D, and taking these shapes and recycling them and playing them in different places on the guitar. So say we took a capo and put it on the 2nd fret and then played a C, that would actually be a D in the C shape, and then we can do that without the capo and just bar down here, and that would be again a C shape D, which is not the easiest, but you don't have to always bar down. You could just play just these 4 right here, and then you don't have to bar. It's still a D, that C shape. Now say we took an E, and then we change the fingering like this, and imagine playing here, move it up 1 fret, there's an F in the E shape, and we also have the minor equivalent. So if you have E major, E minor, you've got F and F minor. We've got 10 different shapes to play major minor chords all over the fretboard. Really opens things up. So let's hear how that sounds in a musical context. I've got a free CAGE system cheat sheet PDF that I'll put a link in the description down below if you want to check out that. It covers everything I'm going to go over in this video. Now, why would we want to know the CAGE system? And it is because it removes the mystery of the fretboard and it makes it a much more of a clear map, which leads to more musical confidence. Now, in piano, you can have shapes like this, right, that give you a major chord. You play it over here, you got F major, here is G major. But if you take this same shape and move it over 1 key, it becomes a minor chord. Another one, minor, back to major, major. So sometimes the same shape will yield the same results. Other times it's going to give you different sounds. Now, how do we apply this stuff to our playing, and particularly for playing lead? Well, first off, we can play them as arpeggios, so play those single notes. So if we go back to that first example I played, we could play that broken up, just little pieces, and it might sound a little something like this. Now we could do the same thing using the pentatonic scale based around these shapes, and say we did the C shape up on the 12th fret and we use that pentatonic scale, it might sound something like this. Now say we wanted to add a little more note density, we wanted to play the full major scale around these CAGE shapes, we could do it up yet a little further around the A shape up here, and it might sound a little something like this. So the CAGE system is a great example of how you can leverage your time and speed up your learning, but it's just the tip of the iceberg because it is just one example of what I call cut and paste. So you're taking an idea that you know and then you're cutting it and you're pasting it elsewhere. So you're really leveraging your time. And when I started to realize this, my playing got so much better, so much faster, because I wasn't just constantly learning new things. I was starting to make all these big connections of things that I didn't realize before. And there's so much you can do beyond the CAGE system, but the CAGE is a great start. And again, if you want that PDF CAGE cheat sheet, I'll put a link in the description down below. It shows you all the major minor shapes, all the arpeggios that go along with them, the pentatonic scales, and the major minor scales that go along with those shapes. So check that out. But keep in mind that using cut and paste with the CAGE system is great and everything, but there's one more thing that if you don't understand, it's going to hold you back just as much as not utilizing the cut and paste concept. So check out this video right here where I show you something that really helped me a lot and how it can really help level up your guitar playing.